Why is The Sims 2 so cozy? All too often when playing The Sims 2, or any from the series for that matter, we focus on the silliness, unpredictability, and antics these games have to provide. From fires, to robbers, to alien abductions, The Sims 2 has no shortage of wild and unforgettable moments. Despite all these types of events, why does this game provide such a sense of peace? This is actually a feeling I'm having a hard time putting into words, because it's difficult to capture the essence of what I'm trying to say. So instead of trying to explain it to you, perhaps the best choice is to tell you a bit of my story, and hopefully, you'll be able to relate to it by remembering your own. At the time I played this, I was in early high school with the world ahead of me. No idea where I would go, what I would become, who I would end up with, even what kind of home I wanted to have. This game kept me company through trying times in school, differences in opinion with my parents or peers, and even through heartache and mourning. It felt so good to be someone, to be going somewhere, to be doing something, just to escape the burdens I had in my real life, and to have some different ones for a while. I played other games during this phase of my life too. So why is it that this game specifically makes me feel cozy when I think back to those times? I imagine you felt the way I did when you first played this game. It's like you'd been here before in some distant memory. It felt familiar, but exciting and new. I've pondered this over the years actually, and now with this YouTube channel, I have an opportunity to share what I've discovered. At last, I think I found out what makes this game feel cozy. That is the word change. Let me explain. Life is hard and unpredictable. Sometimes the hardest part is not knowing where you're going or what you're supposed to be. This game, in those subtle moments, when you were playing in the dark, late at night, and the monitor lit up the room you were in, you were just so happy to play the sim you wanted to look like, to be like, and to have a job with a path to follow, even if it's not one you would normally choose for yourself. To fall in love with the partner you chose and placed in the neighborhood to encounter, or to allow your love story to play out by fate and meet another sim the game put in your path. To watch yourself age to an elder, to see your children grow up. To have them take different paths than you did, but to know you had some part to play in their destiny too. Before you knew it, the sim you started with living alone had made something of themselves, had a family or something of the sort. And even if it wasn't where you thought you'd be, you were happy with what ultimately happened and the events that got you there. Then you turn your PC off, crawl into bed, eager to play again tomorrow. And as your eyes are getting heavy, you're reliving everything that happened during your playthrough. You wonder to yourself how so quickly the Sims life you started with had changed so much. The job they had, the house they were in, the people they were surrounded with, all of it had changed. Then, all of a sudden, there you are, lying in bed, eyes getting heavy, 20 years later. Wondering how so quickly you found yourself here. How did your life you started change so much? The job you had, the people you're surrounded with, it all has changed. The Sims 2, for me, captures this feeling. But what's great about it is, this is a time capsule we can revisit at almost any time we'd like. I'd like to turn your attention to one of my favorite game soundtracks. You are hearing it now. It's from the Sims 2 Seasons expansion pack. I was listening to this the other day, which is actually what inspired me to make this video, because all these memories came rushing back to me. What's crazy too is I'm not alone in this feeling. Others can pick up on this too. Let's read some of the comments from the upload of this song. I feel like this is the song that will play when the entirety of the Sims series is over. This song feels so nostalgic, not in I miss Sims 2 kind of way, because I was too young when Sims 2 was at its prime. It is more like remembering the good old days when you were a child way. This brings so much peace and nostalgia. I miss being a kid. This truly makes me sad yet happy, back to simpler times in my life. Wish I could go back. The Sims 2 and the greater series as a whole represents life in a way that's safe, comfortable, and reassuring even in its chaos. To live is to change, as nothing lasts forever. There will come a time where you log off The Sims 2 for good, and never even know it happened. For some of you, that day has already come and gone. For others, your day is ahead of you. The Sims 2 is so cozy because it reflects life. And to me, it does it better than the other games. And looking back on life with humility and gratitude brings peace, despite the hardships we all inevitably face in this existence. It's like one of my favorite quotes from The Office where Andy says, "I wish there was a way you would know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." The Sims 2 is a safe playground to explore what could be and to remember what was, much like life. So even with all the silly antics and craziness of this game, there's that little glimmer of light that feels good when thinking back on this title. And so after all these years, I think I finally understand why The Sims 2 is cozy. And I hope that I've helped you to see that too.